Hey everybody, so in this video what I'm going to do is show you how to download a video from YouTube and then strip the audio out so that you can use it in your own projects to either redo the music and sound for a project or something like that. Right now I have a YouTube video up and it's playing, and what I want to do is download this. Now there are a bunch of different sites that convert and allow you to download your projects to your disk, and so I'm going to use one called the Online Video Converter. It's convert2mp3.net, and this is the English version of the page. I'm going to insert my link. I've just copied the YouTube link. I'll go over here and select MP4. It doesn't export to a QuickTime movie, but we're going to convert it to a QuickTime movie in just a minute. So we'll do MP4 and we'll convert, and then what it will do is go through the conversion process. Once it does that, it allows you to download, so we'll just wait a minute and then hit download, and then it starts downloading my video. Now the piece of software that you're going to need to convert this is called MPEG Streamclip. So MPEG Streamclip is a free download made by squared5.com, and you can just download the Mac version. I've already done that, so I don't need to do that here, but that's the program that I'm going to use next. So I'm going to go ahead and hide Chrome. I've downloaded my video. I'm going to open up MPEG Streamclip. So it's MPEG Streamclip, like that. Here it is, and I can just drag my movie file into it. So what I'll do is go over to my downloads. Here's my movie. Drag it in. Now, what's kind of cool about MPEG Streamclip is that you can actually edit in here too. So if I shift click, I can highlight a region and then trim it if I want to. So I can trim or cut and copy. So I have limited editing capabilities right in here if I want to shorten my video. I'm just going to select all so I have the whole thing. Then I'm going to make it into a QuickTime movie. So I'll go to the File menu, Export to QuickTime, and in this screen, this is where you set the options. In 99% of the cases, you want to use the H.264 video codec, which is a nice balance between disk size and the quality of the video. So that's the one I would choose. And then you can change the quality if you want. I just sort of leave it default 50%. Then what do you want to do with your sound? I usually, again, you want to strip the sound out, so just select no sound. The larger your frame size, the bigger it will be, and the more challenging it will be to work with your DAW. A lot of times I make it really tiny, like 320 by 240. That means that my CPU is not doing a lot of work, so that if I have it loaded in a Digital Performer or Pro Tools, then I don't need the video taking up a lot of that CPU. I can use more virtual instruments, for say. So let's go ahead and make the movie. I'll go ahead and put it on my desktop. Command D is the desktop command. Many times in many of the templates I want you to name it movie.mov. And then it takes a little while for it to go through the movie. The shorter your movie, the less time this takes. The longer the movie, the more time it takes. But once it's done, it's going to be 320 by 240, so it's going to be a small resolution. It's also going to be H.264, which is a good compression method, and it's going to be a QuickTime movie. So we'll wait for this process to go. I'll think of other interesting things to tell you while this goes on. You can also strip your audio using QuickTime Pro, but QuickTime Pro costs $30. MPEG Streamclip is totally free and actually gives you a whole lot more options in terms of what you can do. Because you also can export Mp4 movies, which is useful, or AVIs, which is more typical. You find AVIs on Windows systems. MPEG-4 is a fairly common format that many people use. Or you can just export the audio. So if you have a movie and you want to pull the audio and you want to use the audio for something, convert it to a WAV file. I have no idea what the other formats are, but there are lots of other video formats that have existed. Most of the time you're dealing with QuickTime movies or MP4s in most cases. I have no idea what these other things are for, except I guess you can batch convert a bunch of files in case you need to do a bunch at a time. And Altair was an old Commodore computer from the 80s. I have no idea. Let's find out about Altair. All right, I guess it's a video machine too. Since I'm almost done, I'll show you what Altair computer looks like. Altair computer. The Altair computer, this is what it looked like, very fancy. I know you're all excited to use the Altair, but it was a really old computer used in the late 70s, early 80s. All right, and apparently MPEG Streamclip is thinking about a new Altair or something. Anyway, so here's my movie, and when I open my movie, it's going to be small, meaning the resolution, the screen size is going to be small, so it's not going to take up a lot of CPU if I load it in my DAW. If I play it, it doesn't have audio. In fact, if I bring up the info, the properties, you can see it just has a single video track. Okay, that's it. Good luck.